Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Here we go. Welcome to Valley Process Technology Field here for the 2026 Diamond Days Championship between the Thompson team from Thompson, the 15-year-olds from Thompson,
the Ogres,
coached by Ryan Strandy, and the home team here tonight is Casselton Black Stockings. We're going to go through the lineups quick. First, the reserves for Thompson: number 22, Garrett Krebs; number 23, Carson Rude; number 26, Brody Decker; number 32, Jay Omlid; number 33, CJ Stavetag. And then the starters for Thompson: the pitcher is number 4, RJ Anderson; left fielder is Mac Michelson; shortstop Jack Krogstead; third baseman Grady Loyland; first baseman Eli Schumacher; DH Kelvin Coling; center fielder Lawson Gibson; right fielder Hudson Goldaddy; second baseman Layden Pennis. And then for the Black Stockings, the reserves is number 3, Cade Johnson; number 11, Dakota Manikowski; number 12, Carson Mitchell; number 14, Soren Pyle; number 17, Elliot Anderson. They're coached by Max Koppervig and Eli Boer. Your leadoff hitter is shortstop Colton Mansky. And then it goes to the third baseman, Keegan Broughton. The catcher is Jack Meyer. They kind of have a big three in the batting order there, and they're the three of them. First baseman batting cleanup is Jack Sawicki. Right fielder is Elijah Helverson. Designated hitter is Jake Myron. Left fielder Easton Klein. Second baseman Connor Lorenz. Center fielder Jack Verkota. And pitching this evening is Wyatt Fott. We have the coaches and umps meeting here at home plate. Max Koppervig coaching for the Black Stockings. Ryan Strandy coaching for Thompson. On the bases will be Georgia Hughes. And behind the plate will be Alex Everson. Looking forward to a good night. Perfect night here. Slight breeze, about as beautiful as it can be. We have a great national anthem singer in Kelsey Voigtman here coming up soon. This is really, we're just finishing up the big Diamond Days tournament, which is, 9U, 10U, 11U, 12U, and Babe Ruth. It's just been a great weekend. There's a big crowd tonight. Cale Lewis, what are you looking forward to most here in this game?
I'm going to be pretty transparent here, like I am normally with when we do Black Stockings games. I'm going to go with your big three again. I think, Thompson's a good team, and it's going to be a tough game for the Black Stockings, no question. But I think if you can get Colton and Keegan and Jack, hitting right away, if they can start setting the table, I think they'll be okay. And it also will come down to Wyatt Fott again on the mound. I think he's a capable pitcher to throw against this team tonight. If he's throwing strikes, and I think we'll be okay. Now I say that. And with a formidable Thompson team, they are tough. This will not be an easy. If the Black Stockings win this game, they'll have absolutely earned it.
All right, we are ecstatic for it. We are ready for it, and we will go to break here and let the PA announcer do the announcements and let Kelsey Voigtman do the national anthem, and we'll be back for the first pitch. Keep watching on yourliveevent.com.
Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back. We are back here, and Thompson playing the Black Stockings just got done with a terrific rendition of the national anthem by Kelsey Voigtman. Beautiful night, beautiful setting, huge crowd. Any place you'd rather be here, Kale? Wonderful night. Like you said, you almost get a little choked up there. Excellent night, fun vibe, great national anthem. Kelsey sung her heart out. Any place you'd rather be, Kale?
Absolutely not. Beautiful night. You know, I always tell people I really don't know that aren't from around here that, you know, I love North Dakota in the summertime because there is no better place. And tonight right here, Casselton, I can tell you right now, is one of those places.
100% no place I'd rather be. I can tell you that right now. And fun to watch these two teams. You know, you really, if you're looking for Babe Ruth baseball, I have a hard time believing there's any place better in the state than what's going on here this weekend and going on tonight between the Casselton Black Stockings that really seem to be peaking here mid-season, and or I should say, like at their best point so far in the season right now. And we know the Tommies, and I know they're not called the Tommies. Looks like they're called the Ogres here in the summer for Babe Ruth. We know how good they are, not just this year, but all the time.
Yeah, it's not a. This is a program like we tend to talk about. They're in the in the conversation with the Lemoores and now in the Casseltons, of course, and just a classy program that's always tough.
R.J. Anderson leading off. He'll be pitching this evening as well. Right off ground ball to Keegan Broughton. Keegan Broughton's a kid that we'll talk a lot about. Throws a strike over to Jack Sawicki at first base to get the first out. He played that pretty well. There is not a guy when he's focused on what he's supposed to do. There's not a guy better on the defensive end than him. Yeah, you look across the infield. You go from left to right here as you're watching the stream. Keegan Broughton at third, Colton Mansky at short, Connor Lorenz at second, and Jack Sawicki at first. You really feel good about a lot of those guys. Mac Michelson takes the hit by pitch here from Wyatt Fott. So we got one out, guy in first base. And I think that's going to be key for Wyatt tonight to kind of keep the free passes off the base paths, make him win the tight battles. Yeah, he did it again. Yeah, another hit by pitch there, and Thompson will take those wherever they can get them. I guarantee you that. That's Krogstad there, the shortstop, with a hit by pitch. Here comes Grady Loyland, third baseman for Thompson, one out. As we were kind of going across the infield, very strong infield. You feel good about any of them handling any of these balls. Boy, that ball's hit hard. Yeah. Looks like it's going to go foul, but... he made a play on that Easton Klein. That was there was no giving up on that. Yeah, I didn't think he had a chance. And he did. He absolutely did. And that it looked like it was just like outside of the tip of his glove. Yeah. Great hustle. It's a state tournament atmosphere right now. It certainly is. And that's fun. Like, this has to be fun for kids. Like, isn't it like all of us would be love to be playing right now? I'd love to be 15 playing right now, I should say. Yeah. There's another hit by pitch. I think we need to see just it's jitters. There's no question in my mind. He's just nervous. Makes sense. I think he just needs to settle in. I think it's a good visit by Eli here. Yep. Just Coach Eli Boer, come in and he'll settle him down. Just, hey, you know what? Just settle down. We're a ground ball away right now. You got the guys behind you. Just calm down. He'll be fine. I think he's just got to settle in and get some pitches across the plate. Yeah, we have lefty Eli Schumacher, coming up to the plate, the first baseman. And a quick bases loaded here with one out. You mentioned Eli Boer coming. He's the assistant coach for the Black Stockings, Casselton baseball Haymaker alumni, as well as Central Cass alumni. Fun to see these young coaches coming and giving back to the program, much like Coach Kovervig, who's the head coach for the Black Stockings. There you go, right down Broadway. Boy, we've seen that a couple times where Coach Boer comes out and he just must have the magic touch because the next pitch is right down Broadway, right? And that tells me right there that was an absolute warranted, mound visit and a very well executed visit. Seems to be throwing wide to the throwing arm side, and Thompson has the first run of the game here against the Black Stockings, and off a Fott here. So to continue to go around the different positions, the battery tonight is Wyatt Fott on the mound, and Jack Meyer, who's a kid that we like a lot. You're somewhat of a catching snob or aficionado or whatever you want to say. You like a lot about Jack Meyer. Yeah, there's not much to not like. He is he's a big catcher. He is a good frame for what they want to do here. He is comfortable behind the dish. He is he's got rapport with all the guys. He has absolute command of the strike zone. He moves around pitch as well. Great lateral movement. Basically, when I say command of the zone, he's a guy that can get you an extra strike or two per every inning.
and by just moving around the ball. So he's got a cannon for an arm, and he blocks it well.
Here we go. Designated hitter Kelvin Coling coming to the plate here with the bases loaded. 1-0. Thompson here in the top of the first inning in this 2026 version of the Diamond Days tournament. Always played here in Casselton the last weekend in June. Mark it on your calendars every year, whether you're a youth team or this year we did switch to Babe Ruth. We have done Legion for the last several years. Switched to Babe Ruth because the Legion had a pretty busy summer weekend schedule. And fun experience for all the boys here.
Yeah, it certainly has been. I've heard a lot of good comments, so what an exciting time for the guys.
Another hit by pitch there has and it continues to be on the right-hand side there. All these pitches are on his arm side. So are you seeing anything here, Cale? Do you see what might be happening?
He's opening up, and he's not following through. He's just throwing it. He needs to bend over and throw it. He needs to follow through with his pitches.
Lawson Gibson, center fielder, steps in. Nice outside corner pitch there. You don't mind it on the outside as long as you catch the corner, right? That's
you betcha.
What that look like.
You betcha.
And like you say, there's nerves. Like the fun thing is, kids don't get to experience a lot of stuff like this this early. And the nice part is, you get to do it in a regular season game. And obviously everyone feels it's important and likes it, but it ultimately isn't as important as the big goal that they're after.
Nope, this is the time. This is when you want to see what your kids are made of. But for a lot of kids, it doesn't come instinctively. It doesn't come right out of the womb like it does for others. So you need to practice this, and it's just like anything else. You got to work up to it and make it a little more comfortable.
That ball's hit hard to right, but it drops in front and gets past Elijah Helverson, and that's going to be trouble with bases loaded. That is going to be a really great start for the Thompson Ogres, and it looks like Connor throws that ball over the shortstop, but no more damage is going to happen there. Big hit there, 5-0 early lead for Thompson. Still one out. Here comes number 35, the right fielder, Hudson Goldaddy.
He's either got to catch that, or if he's going to lay up on that, he's got to make sure and keep it in front of them.
We got one out. Everybody can be a little shell shocked, not just the pitcher, right? You can kind of everyone getting into playing. That's what is so impressive about that very first ground ball to Keegan Broughton. He played it as if it was the middle of inning in just any other game, right?
Yeah, that's what you're getting out of Keegan, though. That's what you're going to get out of Keegan every time. He's pretty. I was told yesterday that
that ball's hit hard to right, and he doesn't see it at all. Elijah doesn't see it at all, and it's behind him. That's short hops the fence, very short hops the fence, and we have a 6-0 game.
Wow, he hit that hard.
Yeah, he absolutely got into that ball.
There's a reason he didn't see it.
There's going to be an early switch here, and we'll take this opportunity to go to break. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the RJ Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins. The fun never ends.
All right, welcome back here. Elijah Helverson coming in to pitch, coming from right field to the mound. Strong kid, athletic kid, and he's going to get a chance to relieve Wyatt Fott here in the first inning. Obviously not how you draw it up, not how you want this beginning to go, but I think we still need to stay tuned here because we've watched the Black Stockings be able to score in bunches, right? Cale, right? What do you say? We watched the Black Stockings score in benches here.
Yeah, I think. I'm kind of shell shocked here. After that, that was a kind of a turn of events. That See, that's the thing with the Thompson team here. You can't, you really can't rest on your laurels. You really can't just, okay, we got an out, and we're not going to sail through this. You really got to play it out by out with teams like this, and we're finding out the firepower that they're coming home with here.
Yeah, you got to stop the bleeding here, and Elijah coming in really needs to give his fielders a chance here to get them out of here and get the bats going. What we've watched a lot here is we've seen the Black Stockings be able to put up a bunch of runs. We've seen them really come together as a team. They played Thompson early this year, and it really wasn't a game. Thompson just played super well, but I think both of us felt like they would come out and it'd be a much better matchup here, and we think that still can be the case. Nice catch out in right field with Carson Mitchell.
Yeah, he, and what I like about that is two things. Number one, he was aggressive with it.
Yep.
Number two, he knows that if he misses that, he's got Jack Ricotta behind him. So
yeah,
that's the part of playing outfield I really like. Now, I err on the side of being more aggressive because
lot of aggression there between Ricotta and Carson, which we love to see.
Yep, and he bowed out. He got away from it, but it was close.
So we're guessing that Carson called him off there, got the out, got him out of the inning. How about Carson Mitchell coming in there?
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit more about that off the break, but right for now, keep watching YourLiveEvent.com.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
What a start here. Welcome back. Great start here for Thompson, the Ogres, against the Black Stockings. And I think we should talk a little bit more about Carson Mitchell. How about him coming in, brand new to the game? They have one out, gets two balls to him, goes and makes a really nice running catch in front of him, and then goes and makes the last catch for an out. Not to mention, of course, Elijah coming in the game and getting the two quick outs, going from right field to pitcher. Nice job by those two young men, but especially talk about Carson coming in fresh into the game and being ready.
That's tough. You got to think about. He wasn't at all prepared to play. I'm guessing mentally. That early. I'm guessing maybe if they needed him to pinch hit down the road or whatever. But that's impressive. I'm really impressed with how Carson comes in. Okay, call your name, call your number, and you're ready to go. That's impressive.
Yeah, when you think about it, it's an extension of last night for Carson Mitchell, right? Or yesterday, where hasn't started a lot this year, and they put him at pitcher, and he just pitches an absolute gem. He's a key part. He's the guy that began the big double play in the game last night, and then had big hits as well. And it's just like he was ready last night. He's ready tonight. I got to imagine that Coach Coppervig and Coach Boer are taking notes.
Yep, and they should be. If they're not, they should be. I think that was a signal to, okay, hey, you know what? I maybe should be in the lineup a little more, and I think that he's probably at that point now.
Here comes leadoff hitter Colton Mansky. He's a shortstop, and we've gotten a chance to call quite a few of the Blackstocking games so far this year. And the amount that we talk about Colton Mansky is up there.
Probably should have its own channel, but it's probably it's probably well deserved. I would say mostly it is. He's earned a lot of that.
No question. He does. Look at that. He burns the right fielder. He's going to start off there with almost a surefire triple, but really smart there. No reason to take that chance in the game like this, but this is what we talked about in the first inning. The Black Stockings are not out of this game.
Yeah.
Right?
So, and, on the flip side of that, what an amazing hit there to start but the right fielder that
Gold
Daddy, that pitcher last night, what an absolute cannon, because that went over his head. And he got that ball. It was at the fence, and he held him to a double. That's a huge play there, and he got that into that cutoff. And I tell you what, that was quick. If Colton would have tried to third, he'd have been dead standing up. So, great.
Yeah, you like what Coppervig did there, though, right? Like, if anything, I'd say overly conservative, and usually when you say that, it's not in a good way. But this time, I think it's in a good way.
Yep.
Look at there's so many. He's already in scoring position. There's no outs. A little dribbler here on the left-hand side gets him to third.
Yeah.
There's just zero reason to take that chance.
Without question. Makes no sense here. That run doesn't really amount to much in the large scheme of things. So,
only thing it might mess up is his chance for the cycle.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, so here we go. We got Jack Meyer, the talented catcher. Jim Ratt, just all-around great kid here coming in to bat 3 for the Black Stockings with a runner in scoring position. Really have to have a mindset to keep on piling it on. You're not looking for just one run here.
Nope. And, to put this into perspective, the guy pitching, R.J. Anderson, he is the winning pitcher in the District 2, Region 2 championship game to go to state. So, and they beat a pretty talented Hillsboro team. And I tell you right now, our guys are hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, that ball's hit hard.
Fearless, that's what this is. I mean, you got to go in there thinking, okay, you know what? He's going to be a good pitcher. He throws hard, got a lot of movement. But we got to go in there and we got to get some runs. We can't just sit back and be okay with being down 7 runs.
Yeah, as Jack Sawicki steps in the box here, the first baseman, cleanup hitter. I think it's worth revisiting here. The early in the year, we watched Thompson come here, and it really wasn't a game between these two teams. Like Black Stockings just looked outmatched, and it just wasn't a great game. We've watched the Black Stockings progress this year to the point where we expect this to be a game, and they're playing at a level where we expect this to be a game. So kudos to Thompson for jumping on right away and having that great first inning. But it's a different feel than it was early in the year when it was kind of like, okay, yeah, they're just a better team. I don't think that's a feeling now.
No, I would agree. I think that there's more than a different expectation here. So a great at bat there by Sawicki. He was patient. Took a 4-pitch walk there, and again, that's not something that you sneeze at. You're like, okay, it's a 4-pitch walk, but 2 outs. You need base runners right now, and that's big. Eli Halverson coming to bat here.
Yeah, fun to see as you kind of look around the field as Elijah Halverson comes in. He started the game in right field and came in to pitch and did a nice job finishing up that inning. You look around the field, and you notice that Nate Solis is here, the head Legion coach and head high school coach for Thompson. And, important game, helping out, coming down, having some fun in this environment. We see Brent Nelson sitting out in the right field line. He's the new high school coach here for Central Cass. A lot of eyes on this game, a lot of interest in this game. It's just a fun place for baseball people to be right now.
It's almost like it's college coaches recruiting their kids, you know what I mean? So I think it's high school kids, high school coaches, seeing what they got coming up from the younger grades is what that is. And that's a good pitch by R.J. Anderson there. That's a lot of move.
Good breaking ball there, and strike 3. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Welcome back. Well, that's an exciting first inning all the way around. a lot of firepower, all right, obviously from the Thompson side. And now you see the Black Stockings, they come back with one run. Obviously, you'd like it to be closer than 7-1, but you at least like to get off the schneid right away and get one of those runs.
Yeah, and, one might, 7-1 might seem like, okay, it's still kind of a lopsided game. And, yeah, it would be. But the thing is, though, is that if the Black Stockings can hold Thompson here to nothing and then maybe chip away at it, it's going to, and I fully expect him to. I think it's going to be a decent game at the end, but I think that the Black Stockings got to stop the bleeding.
Michelson, the left fielder, coming in to plate. Nice inside pitch there. We definitely don't want to go down the hit-by-pitch route here again. And but Elijah doing a nice job coming in so far. Throws a strike there on the outside corner. Got to like his poise coming in last inning.
Yeah, that's not an easy job. Nor is it a fun job, I imagine.
Nice job there by Connor Lorenz.
Yep, nice play.
Something you really love to see, and you see this a lot with some guys. I can think about a couple of the different Legion guys. Whether you're talking about Jack and as the haymaker, or you're talking about like a Cole Boer on the post 15, and Connor did the same thing there, where there's a ball that's really coming hot, and you got to do whatever it takes for your team. You're willing to sacrifice your body. You kind of like scunch up the middle of your body to make sure I'm getting as much in front of that ball as I possibly can, and I'm going to get the out. And that's what Connor did. You can just tell, putting team before self.
Yep. In case, if anything, if foul balls fails, I'm going to get, keep it in front of me, and I can still make it, get the ball and make a good throw and get him out here.
Yeah, there's a foul ball there. And our foul balls will be sponsored by Excel Energy. Excel Energy is proud to support Casselton baseball and the community spirit that brings everyone together. Excel Energy, making energy work better. It's a little warm up here in the press box, so we got the fans going. It's sorry if you hear the papers blowing around here.
Nice play there by Sawicki. Made that look pretty easy here, that pop up just behind first base.
Yeah, absolutely. Here comes Grady Loyland. Nice start to this inning here for the Black Stockings. Third baseman Grady Loyland. Interesting. I really like the point that you brought up about R.J. Anderson pitching for the high school team. So, and it was the championship of regionals. It's not like these Babe Ruth teams are limping into the third game with just, not having any pitching left, right?
No, quite the contrary there with R.J. Anderson coming in as the starting pitcher for the region championship to beat a absolutely stud Hillsboro team to make it to the state tournament. And Thompson's no stranger to that place, but I'm pretty sure that R.J. Anderson's 15, so that is absolutely another conversation in and of itself.
Yeah. It's a town, and we'd like to think that we're somewhere in that vicinity as well, where they're not rebuilding ever. They're kind of just reloading, and really the stuff that you do in the summer, the Babe Ruth stuff that you do, the Legion stuff you do, the youth stuff you do, really helps to build the program for the summer and the spring. Whoa, that's a nice play there. Got a little high on the throw. Nice backup over there by Carson Mitchell and Jack Meyer, keeping the forces there.
Yeah, and I I'm going to go on my soapbox again about a catcher. I can't tell you enough about Jack Meyer there, because or Carson Mitchell, for that matter, because he was going to make darn sure that that could have been worse. It could have been a second in scoring position, taking off that force, but they made a fantastic play and kept him at first.
Yeah, we kind of gave the example during the Railcat game of Tripke and Zeman, how maybe they weren't playing the first game right away this year and whatever, and how they just hustled and did their job and didn't pout. See, the same thing about Carson Mitchell. That's what he's doing, which is fun to watch.
Yeah.
Boy, that ball is just barely fair.
Yeah, you could just see that. You could almost see just the black pellets come up just on the fair side of that foul line. So
Eli Schumacher, first baseman, slices one to left of left-hander. And number 29, Kelvin Coling, designated hitter, coming to bat here. 2 outs. Nice pitch. Nice job by Elijah. Didn't get rattled. Elijah just comes back, pounds outside corner there with a pitch.
So still 7-1, where they're a ground ball away. I'm always going to say that as this is a case in point right now where Eli has got to maybe throw strikes here, make his guys field the ball here, and then if he doesn't, if he continues to, he's got to be careful. And I'll be honest here, if you don't want to walk here, but a walk wouldn't be the end of the world here because it puts a force on. As long as it doesn't get away or, score a run without getting an out.
Yeah, you need an out here. Nice job. Nice job with the strike there. Now we got the payoff pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There are guys on second and third, so the forces aren't in play. Yeah, that's a big pitch.
Yeah, that's
right
a great
there.
pitch,
That's a
and
big
he knew
pitch.
it. He knew it. Yep, that's a fantastic pitch. And I'll tell you right now that that's good resolve there. So got to get out of it.
Big pitch on the outside corner there. You really wanted to keep that 7-1. So nice job from Elijah. Let's see what the offense can do here for the Black Stockings. Keep watching on yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
We're back here. Welcome back. Bottom of the second inning here. And we got Myron leading off here this inning. It looks like Myron and Klein. Jake Myron, the designated hitter, coming up. Good athlete for the Black Stockings. And so it's him, Klein, and Lorenz. A few guys that we've talked a little bit about already some tonight. Myron maybe is a guy that we haven't talked to that much because he's designated hitting, but he's a good-looking athlete, isn't he?
He's an amazing athlete and a little bit unpolished, but I tell you right now, he has got the tools. If he focuses a little bit and puts some work in, I think he's going to be a dangerous baseball player.
Yeah, I think one thing that we've talked a lot about with this team is just how deep it is. They really do have some good options on the bench and starting and whatever. So what's cool about it is you look at the reserves and you're like, man, that guy's really good. Then you look at the starters, you're like, well, I don't know where they're going to play because the starters are good too. So
yeah.
So a well-rounded team and a fun problem to have for Coach Coppervig and Boer.
Certainly is. I think, like I said, and and I think a lot of these guys that are good baseball players are a little bit raw, and I think you could argue that at some point some of these bench guys will be starting here soon, as long as they it depends on where their head's in, where their heart is. If they're baseball guys and they're like, what, I hate sitting, I'm going to make it so I'm not. Some of these guys are going to get pushed, and that's exactly what we want.
Yeah, what's fun that we've watched happen over and over and over again is that there are kids that aren't starting now that if they stick with it and they put a bunch of time in, they're going to be they can be starters in Legion. Right? We've watched that time and they can be college baseball players as well. Like, we've really watched that over and over again. Yeah,
and I think that it really started, in the last probably 4 or 5 years, where our guys have really started to get into getting colleges looked at them and getting more interest here.
Nice leadoff walk there by Myron. Myron busts out of the box. Fun to see the hustle. Here comes Easton Klein. Easton Klein almost made a brilliant catch over there in left field and foul territory. He's just he's really been a difference maker in a lot of ways. Really good defender. A luxury to have a kid like this batting 7.
Yeah, and he is the silent assassin. You just don't hear a lot about him. He goes about his business. He's not not flashy. He hustles at everything, and he does the little things that a lot of people want everybody to do.
Yeah, it's fun to see the good athletes that they have batting here on the bottom half of the lineup. There really isn't, they're just like what we talked about with the Railcats. There really isn't a huge drop off.
No.
We talk a lot about the big three, and rightfully so. Those first three hitters are phenomenal and really great players. But then you kind of look from 4 to 9.
Doesn't drop off much.
There's not a lot of change there.
No, I agree.
And you can almost look at 10, 11, 12,
Yep.
and so on, and there's not a lot of change there either. So it'll be fun to see who puts the time in.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly well said.
Nice outside, right off the corner there for Anderson.
I think that's probably a strike with Cody Hughes. Not bad, just different.
No, different zones, and that's part of the game, right? Part of it is figuring out the zone and adjusting to it. We're really grateful for our umps, and they do a wonderful job here.
Tough to get Easton Klein on a double play. He's fast. The track kid, so it's really tough to get him on a double play unless it's a hot shot.
It was really tough to get Easton Holland too. Just so you know.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Yeah, he was not easy to get out at any point.
No, he's fast. A couple fast guys, a couple track guys. Here we go with Connor Lorenz, the talented second baseman. We've seen him fill in at shortstop too. Does a really admirable job there. I'm sure he's sick of hearing about this, but him and his older brother are just so much alike. When Connor played baseball up through this age, they're just steady as they come. Any ground ball to them, you feel pretty good that you're going to get an out of the deal. And then they'll mix in an occasional excellent play, but what stands out is that they make the routine play every single time.
Yep. Between Connor and Cash, it's really hard to tell the difference sometimes.
Nice hit. Hit that hard to left center. And here we go. Black Stockings have something brewing here with Easton Klein at second base. And Connor Lorenz here with the hit. And now we're sitting with one out. Another talented young man that has worked through some adversity in Jack Verkota. The young center fielder for the Black Stockings. And last year during the District 7 tournament, he felt something pop in his arm while he's pitching and walked off. And lo and behold, there was an injury there. So did quite a bit of work here in the off season, and is back now. We've seen him on the mound a little bit, and we've seen him be really a difference maker in the outfielder.
Yeah, he's a solid outfielder, and a nice little bat at the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, yep. His pop fly, and caught by the first baseman.
Back to the top here. I think this is I think if we can get, if the Black Stockings can get a couple runs here, even a run here, just to bite away at that lead just a little bit, I think they'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I think if I'm Thompson, this gives me a little bit of anxiety here, having Colton Mansky up in the top of the order with guys on first and second. We'll see if they do a better job here of closing out the inning. Or there you go, pass ball, and going to get rid of the force plays and going to get two guys in scoring position. So now even more, you have to like your opportunity here if you're the Black Stocking.
Yep.
We'll see if Thompson can close out the inning, or if Casselton can kind of put up a crooked number here and all of a sudden make this a close game.
Yeah, I think that's Colton's goal here. A little base hit will make this could be a huge difference.
Colton really crowding the plate. His tippy toes are about as far on the plate side of the white as they can be. There we got a hit by a pitch. Bases loaded.
Got the Jack Everson syndrome there, or treatment there, I mean.
And Ryan Strandy is going to visit with his pitcher there. while he does that, we'll take a quick break. Keep watching here on yourliveevent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
We are back here, and here we're sitting with the bases loaded, and Keegan brought in a dangerous hitter up, 7-1. In a hurry, this could be a close game with one swing of the bat by Keegan. Yeah, Keegan's a talented hitter, and it'll be fun to watch him work this at bat.
Yeah, and in true Keegan style, he is aggressive. He is he sees ducks on the pond out there, and he's gonna fight to get those guys in here to get a couple runs closer.
Yeah, kudos to Anderson. Got up there early on 0-1, and then kind of look at that swing. That's just beautiful.
Smooth.
That's beautiful.
Oh, you got to score now. You got to score.
Boy, well executed. Really well executed by Thompson there. Unfortunate, they did get the run, so it is 7-2 there. But missed opportunity there for the Black Stockings with a little bit of a base running error there. And we will move on to the top of the third inning. 7-2. Fun game to watch so far, but keep watching here on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
All right, we are back, and it is the top of the third inning. Really had something brewing there, and let's talk a little bit about Keegan's hit there. You know, R.J. Anderson did a great job getting up with the first pitch, got a strike right away with a fastball. Then he was able to kind of make Keegan's swing at a pitcher's pitch because he was up in the count on it, and so it was a breaking ball that started on the inside part of the plate, curved to the outside part of the plate, kind of got around it, got a foul ball. So he's down 0-2. RJ throws a perfect pitch on the outside corner. Keegan, which is so rare, stays within himself, hits a line drive to right, gets a single, gets the guys moving. Then unfortunately we just got caught on a little base running blunder there where the guy coming around third had to stop. The count of runs had to stop. Kind of a late stop, and then
Mansky got caught up.
So Mansky thought he was going right, so he kept going around second, and then in what a job by Thompson in the rundown there, right? Like at the Babe Ruth level to basically only have one throw and get him out, and a lot of times that guy from third is scoring while you're trying to get that guy out between second and third, but just a perfectly executed hot box play.
Yeah, that was his. That's how you draw it up, frankly.
But if you pan out and you kind of look at this at the macro level, still gotta like where you're at from a Blackstocking perspective that you scored a run in both innings. That's what you got to do here. You got to chip away. You're probably not going to have a 7-run inning. You keep on chipping away. You keep on keeping the momentum on your side and just keep battling. And as we've seen in some of these prior games, or especially what we saw in the Railcat game, by the time it gets to the bottom 7th inning, you just might be right there, right?
Yep. That was a great play by Jack there. Meyer
really
just popped up quick and got his body square to the base, got to the outs or to the inside, made a good throw to Sawicki there to get the out.
Absolutely, well said. And here comes Hudson Goldaddy after Gibson, the center fielder, gets thrown out first. That's not a slow player either, right? It's your center fielder. Happens to kind of nub one there. Meyer just perfect play getting him out at first.
Yeah, I see Carson Mitchell. I see him backing up quite a bit there. He got pushed over his head a little bit that last time. So
little once bitten, twice shy. Are you telling me?
I think he's figured it out.
And I'm trying to remember if it was Elijah that was out there.
Yeah, it was. It was Eli.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he saw it like everybody else, right? So talented player. Pretty good luxury to have him batting in your 8th spot.
Yeah, it certainly is. And he's kind of a dude. I think he's probably a better defensive guy. I think he's capable of doing about a lot of things. Yeah, and that's a great strikeout there.
There you go. Elijah dots the outside corner there, like you said in the Railcat game. We've seen a lot of that with pitchers, right? They're well coached. They've put the practice in. They really are locating on the outside corner, which as a hitter you don't love.
Yeah, he is. Use of that outside corner is, it's invaluable. If you can, and I know that they're 14 and 15 years old, and they're not doing it on purpose, but I think they're doing their best to get it on that part of the plate as best they can, as to get a strike, like what I would call a cheap strike, because there's just no way you can. It's a tougher at bat to get that pitch.
This is Layden Pennis coming in and up to bat here. And Elijah Halverson doing just a really nice job getting ahead in the count here. Working both sides of the plate, as you mentioned here. Got another hit by pitch. He's pretty close to the plate, right? He kind of gets his elbows out there, not doing anything wrong. And just going to get clipped there. And this is top of the order. Pitcher who, R.J. Anderson, we really liked him, haven't we?
He is, I don't know what you can say. He's that's a good stop by Jack there. Sorry to get off topic a little bit, but your fireballer and your leadoff batter.
Yeah, like the way. There we go. Oh, they had him off, and got a hustle after that one. Better go get that. Thank goodness Carson Mitchell hustling over there and getting it. And here we go, moving him over to third base. Still 2 outs. 7-2 lead. And, the leadoff hitter, R.J. Anderson, and pitcher still dug in. Elijah starting to miss on that throwing arm side.
Yeah, that's kind of a costly mishap there.
Yeah.
Instead of having 1 out, nobody on base, now you've had, it's actually 2 outs. That could have been the 3rd out. Nobody on base. Now you got 2 outs with guy on 3rd.
Yeah, once again, you really hope you can close this inning out. Good guy to hit that too if you want to close it out. Keegan Broughton, steady as they come, talented as they come.
And a cannon.
Keep watching here on yourliveevent.com, and we'll go to break.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
We are back. Welcome back. And this is we're at the bottom of the 3rd inning. 7-2 score here. You like your lineup coming up here now if you're the Black Stockings, but of course if you're Thompson, you like the fact that you have R.J. Anderson on the mound here too. So as Jack Meyer comes to the plate here, kind of an interesting situation with Thompson. They have a really talented kid that in Dex Avdom that isn't playing for the Babe Ruth this weekend because he's playing in a big tournament somewhere else, and he actually could play this year and next year in Thompson. So you think of Thompson's team with that as well. And, that's kind of exciting to think about for them. Fly out there from Meyer, and but this is a talented team anyways. Like, this is going to be a team that's going to compete anyways. And I think you really, just based on where things are, you got to get used to playing with this team right here. We've played them twice, right? And this has been the team we've faced.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to get we got to get a hit started here out of Sawicki or something. I feel like it's going to be tough if you kind of go 1-2-3 here.
Yeah, but
that could be trouble.
That's it. Well, we'll see you at the center fielder.
Yeah, you didn't move too much.
Yep, center fielder. Gibson makes that look pretty easy, but I have a feeling he makes a lot of those look easy.
It's so fun to watch. It's so fun to watch outfielders make easy plays like that, and then you watch, and when the best part of that is you watch their backups just go right behind them. It's like watching silk.
Yep. The Elijah Halverson steps into the batter's box. One thing that's interesting too is we talked about Coach Solis being in the dugout. We talked about Coach Nelson being out in right field there. The players and parents and everybody notice that, right? The players are going to have a little extra pep in their step. They want to show, they want to start vying for spots on the Legion team and the high school team and all that. So it's noticed by everybody when the coaches at the top levels care at that level.
Yep, there's no question. And some of those guys that maybe didn't play as much on the varsity last year, or maybe doing a little bit of auditioning to see where.
No question. No question. No, here we go. Eli running full speed here. Ooh, Coach Garvig wanted him. Looked like he wanted him going to third. Didn't pick up the sign there, but what you did really like to see is Elijah was running hard to second, full bore. And here we go. You got 2 outs, and Myron up. See if Myron can do something to switch places with Elijah. Well, there you go, a little ball in the dirt.
Yeah, that's a good play by that third baseman to knock that down, because if he doesn't, Eli scores.
Yeah. And by all accounts, if you're worried about errors, if you're worried about yourself or your body or giving up your body, everyone and their dog is going to say, hey, that's a ball that was in the dirt and whatever. And the third baseman there, Moylan just didn't leave it up to chance. He said, I'm going to stop it. Yep. I care more about us winning than I care about anything else. So fun to see.
That's what they say is pain is temporary. Or pain is the weakness, is weakness leaving the body. That's what they, so to speak. No, I think that's just a testament to how they operate.
Hey, here you go. Here goes Myron here, evening up the count here in 2-2. Little breaking ball there to end the inning, and we will move on to the top of the 4th inning. Thompson leading 7-2 over the Casselton Black Stockings. Keep watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Welcome back here in the top of the 4th inning. 7-2 lead here with Thompson. Elijah Halverson on the mound. Jack Meyer behind the plate. And to kind of update again, this has been the lineup here for a while, but in the outfield from left to right as you're watching on your stream, Easton Klein out in left, Jack Verkota in center, and Carson Mitchell came in when Elijah Halverson replaced Wyatt Fott. And so Carson Mitchell came in. Instantly, of course, the ball finds him. Got two quick outs there, and it made an instant impact in the game here. Batting is number 27, the left fielder, Mac Michelson.
I think alongside of Lamar, this might be the second biggest team we've seen today, or
Yeah.
at this tournament.
You know, I was just thinking about that. I was thinking, these guys are big. They're not Lamar big, but they're big. They're
This
quite big.
kid's not small.
No, this one's not. This one stood out. It's hit there to right. We'll see if Mitchell can handle it.
Yeah.
Once again, Mitchell grabs that. You know, maybe not the most conventional looking catch, and some of his catches haven't been the most conventional looking, but it's been effective.
Yeah, and that's, you know, and I think, I don't know how much he plays out there, but he's certainly making plays. And I think, again, like you said earlier, I think Coach Boer and Coach Kavervig are taking notes here.
Yeah, here comes shortstop, Jack Krogstad, the 3-hitter for Thompson. There's a ground ball over to Keegan Broughton. Keegan Broughton does what Keegan Broughton does, and
he makes that look so easy.
Whizzes that across the infield. You know, that's a long throw for a 15-year-old, right? That's a long throw period, and
he just made it look easy.
No question. No question. Here comes number 2, Grady Loyland, third baseman. So Keegan's counterpart here for Thompson. Stepping in.
You know, he even throws like Logan. Jeez.
He really does. He is
smooth. Good pitch.
Nice pitch. Little kind of like a soft breaking ball there in a way, and started probably inside off the plate and ended inside on the plate. That ball's hit hard but foul. Long strike, as they say.
I think you gotta like what you're getting out of Eli Halverson right now.
Yeah, no question.
He hasn't given up much. You know, they've bent and they've not broken yet. So, again, this is where when you have a catcher like, and I know this is gonna sound funny, but when you have a catcher like Jack, you can kind of bring in a lot of different guys and then make them look effective. Do you know what I mean? So.
Is that right? 2 outs, Sam? Is that right? 2 outs? What? Is there 2 outs?
I think that, boy, that sure looks like it's gonna hit him. But he's been efficient, and I think that's a big part of Jack helping him out here too. By the way. Good pitch. That was close.
Yeah,
Probably a little high.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. That's one thing that we've noticed, right? We noticed that up in the booth, it's a little harder to tell.
It is.
High and low. We're experts with left to right. Just ask us, right?
Yep.
But there's a hit over the third baseman's head. Boy, he was busting out of the box, and
that's what you like to see, though. You're gonna make him make a play. You got to force the hand, and if you don't, you're at where you were going to be before.
Yeah.
Schumacher.
You just, again, that's stuff you can't teach.
Yep.
It's instinct.
Here comes first baseman Eli Schumacher. Big lefty.
That's a good move.
Yeah, one thing we noticed early in the season playing against Thompson is all the left-handers that they seem to have.
Yeah.
So outside corner there for Halverson. See how he follows that up, if he stays out there or tries to break him in.
He looks pretty comfortable. I like how his mannerisms are very on point with how he's operating well.
Yep.
He's not rushing the pitch. I think he's got a few things that he could learn, but overall he's been pretty good.
Absolutely. Inside pitch there. Maybe got that's right at that line what you talked about of like it's getting to the point where maybe you got to stab at it. Maybe you could slide over and block it. A little tough one to see, but that one got passed to the back.
Yeah. It's tough when it's on the batter's side of that. Let's see what Carson
that
does
ball's
here.
Crushed again.
And maybe
Nice
he just
catch.
made
You
it
got
look
it.
easy.
You
He just
got
made
it.
that look easy.
He got
Good
it.
for Carson. Very good for Carson.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. And we will we'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning here. Mitchell having a day here once again. Keep watching here on yourliveevent.com.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Welcome back. Up here in the booth, we are just continue to can't stop talking about Carson Mitchell making the most of his opportunity. Fun to see that catch going back. Boy, that was crushed off the bat.
I tell you what, he's had a tournament. I'll tell you right now, he has had a tournament.
He has. Already, we've had some slower moving games here. Already we're halfway through this game.
Yeah,
and it feels like we're just listening to the national anthem.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, it's progressively gotten quicker over the last 3 games.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably makes sense as we're getting to the championship, moving our way up from the 7th place game, 5th place game, 3rd place game. But with all that being said, boy, we were ecstatic about all 8 teams here. We had teams from across the state, teams that do very well in their district. We're super appreciative and grateful for all those teams making the trip.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, if given the opportunity, I would assume that all those teams would love to come back. Especially all the miles that Wofford and Beulah had to make to get here.
Yeah, it's amazing, and really it kind of came together late, this tournament. So you can just imagine, if we're trying to do that, it's hard to make that work from a budget perspective, that work from a logistic perspective, make it work from a schedule perspective. So we really appreciate them making it work. And boy, what a treat to have the Watford Cities and the Beulahs and all them being here. We just can't say enough good things about each of those teams.
Definitely, I think a way to keep it, Babe Ruth moving forward.
Yeah, Connor Lorenz here, leading off. Getting that ball into the hole. It did get past the 3rd baseman, and Connor's going to be quick, so that's going to be a tough one. Yeah, infield hit there for Connor Lorenz, busting it right out of the box. Looks like he's got a little limp there. I wonder if something happened while he's running, but boy, it was fun to see him hustle the whole way. It looks like they might get a runner for him, because something looked off.
Now he looks like he's gimpy a little bit there. That's not something that you want to see out of your second baseman, your good second baseman.
Yeah, I see him running towards his parents out there on the right field line. He better be hustling, or he might have to hear about it right out there.
Yeah,
so that's good. That's good to see him. Good to see him busting it. Good to see him hustling. And quite honestly, that's just the way he's wired. I think that's the way he plays sports. Period.
Yeah, without question. You know what you're getting out of Colin Lorenz. That's a fact.
Here comes Jack Verkota, squares around.
Looks like Elliot Anderson is running for...
for Connor. Elliot in for Connor. Be interesting to see what this is, if it's just a re-entry situation or what that is. Jack Verkota squaring around again. Almost took a little swing at it and mad at himself. I don't think that's what he was planning to do.
I think that he saw it and he thought, I don't know if I want to swing it or bunt that. And then I think, I better swing at it. It's
yeah.
I don't know if he was quite sure what he wanted to do there, but ultimately he fall tipped it off.
Yeah, got a little excited, looks like. You can almost see by the way they're playing there, unless Jack's doing that on his own, you can almost see their I think Coach Coppervig's setting up to try and get people in the scoring position for your leadoff batters.
Well, I think that right there worked just as effectively as a bunt did.
Yeah, 2 outs now. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. And, Connor Lorenz led this inning off, right? So Only Easton did lead it off. Okay, I'm wrong. I should never question Mr. Sam Stagg, the Rail Cats head coach.
He's like
working the scoreboard this evening. Anytime I've questioned him, I've been wrong. So I apologize to him and to the viewing audience.
Good stuff. It's a good pitch. I tell you what, the number of times that outside pitch has been called, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I mean, in a good way, an absolutely good way.
And like you said, with Alex Everson's zone back there, it's a little different than George's. It maybe doesn't give as much on the outside, and they're still dotting the outside a lot here. Nice stolen base there by Elliott. We talked about Elliott the times that we've done Black Stockings Day. We talked about being able to get to a practice or two of theirs and just watch. He's a kid that's easy to like. Always hustling, always doing the right things, never complaining. Just kind of shows up and is a good teammate.
I feel like that's he's just there. You know what? Just do it. I'll do whatever I got to do to help this team.
Yeah.
If it's running bases, if it's playing the outfield, whatever the case might be, feels like that's what he's comfortable with his role, and you absolutely need guys like that are put the team first.
Yeah, that ball was pieced, as the kids would say, but Lawson Gibson goes back and makes it look easy. Back to his right in left center field. Gets a third out now as we go to the 5th inning. Keep watching on yourliveevent.com.
Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
Welcome back here as we get our scoreboard updated. It is the top of the 5th inning, 7-2. As you said, cruising along in a well-played game here after the top of the 1st inning. Top of the 1st got a little crazy. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure the Black Stockings played so poor. I guess we had a lot of hit by pitches, right? And you kind of had a couple that weren't beautiful there, but they really did hit the ball hard too in that top of the 1st inning.
Yeah, there's no question. The hit by pitches didn't help, and they probably threw gas on it, but you can't take away that they had their share of hits as well.
Yeah, they went and earned some of that too. Kelvin Coley, the designated hitter here, and 6 hitter for Thompson, steps in. There's that outside corner you talked about. Yeah, when you're that's a nice breaking pitch there to get the 3rd strike. That's going to bring up Lawson Gibson, center fielder. You can see why they like him in center field.
Yeah, he is. He's amazing. Yeah, I think their whole outfield is pretty amazing, though. Honestly, yeah, that's where fly balls go to die.
Boy, this bat he's using looks like a Cale Lewis endorsed bat from back in the day.
I've showed Grayson the old what was it, it was an old black and gold. I can't remember what we call it. I have to ask Brian Bussey what we used to call
Black
that.
Magic?
Black Magic, there it is.
Yeah. Easton Black Magic.
And I think that's the only bat. I mean, we probably had 4 bats back then, and now everybody has their own, but that's the only bat we ever used. Everybody.
My guess is Ryan Bussey was probably putting a bunch of racquetballs in that thing and juicing it up a little bit.
Yeah, he tried to cork that thing, I think.
There's a strikeout there. And up now is Hudson Goldaddy, big lefty that has put some pain on the ball here tonight. Nice pitch. Boy, it seems like Elijah's throwing harder now than he was when he first came in.
Yeah. A little bit of juice. Some guys just pitch better when they don't have guys on base too sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah, you notice he pitches from the stretch either way.
Yeah.
What's your take on that? What would you like to see the pitchers do on that?
I don't think it generates as much speed or velocity, but it's where a guy's comfortable. I'm more of a wind-up guy when there's nobody on base, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well,
nice strikeout.
Strike
out the side.
He's Elijah's pitching as well as he has all game right now, and he's pitched pretty dang well. As you can see, there's a bunch of zeros up for both teams, starting in the second inning. This has just been a great game, fun to watch. 7-2. Thompson has the lead as we go into the bottom of the fifth inning. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Welcome back as Keegan Broughton comes to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning as Thompson leads them 7-2. Leads the Black Stockings. Keegan's as good a guy as you could have up right now to start this type of rally. See if they can capitalize against R.J. Anderson, who's been wonderful tonight. Keegan, the talented third baseman. We mention a lot how he looks and plays just like his older brother, Logan. Smart, both of them super smart players, really understand the game, both competitors, and both can hit the heck out of the ball. Nice leadoff walk there for Broughton. Now we'll bring up Jack Meyer. You know, Jack Meyer, I've noticed in some of his throwdowns, you know, whether that's between innings or whether that's people trying to run on him, boy, I think he's throwing harder now than he was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I don't think it's
even like the Friday night practices. I think he's throwing a lot harder now.
He is. He's got some zip on that ball. I think now really what it comes down to is I think when it comes down to throwing down to second, I think he's just got to be a little bit more in control, and that comes with time. But when he throws down to third, it's an easier throw. But
you know, it's interesting you say that because when I noticed it was when he threw it to third, like that ball got there in a hurry. And I'm not comparing to when he throws to second, of course, but I watch a lot of our guys throw it over to third, and boy, I haven't seen many of them go with that kind of zip. Of course, like, you know, we've talked about Jonah being arguably the most talented thrower in the system right now, but but boy, Jack's got some zip on that when he throws it to third.
Yeah, he's got a little zip. There's no question.
Fun to see as a 15-year-old.
You betcha.
You know, once again, we mentioned Brent Nelson here being here as a high school coach, and he's got to be thinking,
I'm set
really?
up.
That's him? And then we got these other guys, and it's just like, boy, that we should be sitting pretty well at catcher.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have to look for a catcher for the for the foreseeable future. He's pretty well set up.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of guys here that he's got to, I think we're pretty well set up for a couple, some good runs here in the next 5 years or so.
No question.
I think that the other thing is that you're going to have some guys that are going to fight for spots, and that's exactly what you want.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and it's just, I think what kids need to remember, it's just not a done deal, right? If right now you are behind one of your teammates, keep working, and the nice part about like things like throwdowns and catching stuff, there's stuff like pop time that's very measurable.
Yep.
If you want to see if you're getting better time it now and time it in a week and time it in a month and keep working on it. And it's something you can get better at.
You betcha, it certainly is. And Coach Strandy out talking with Hurler here, just calming him down. Just say, you know what? You just gotta do your. He's basically just, hey, you just gotta do your thing, relax, go through your mechanics that you've always been going through. I can't imagine that. Probably hasn't had a lot of the struggles. Like, I wouldn't say he's not struggling. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's, with a couple walks here, he's probably getting a little frustrated, and he's probably getting like, you know what, Cal, dang it. But Coach Strandy made a good stop and, stop the play and get out there and talk to his guy and make sure that, hey, you know what, you got this, you're fine. You got a 5-run lead here. Just throw the ball, pitch, play catch.
Number 20, your first baseman, Jack.
Yeah, during that meeting, it looked like Coach Covervig was talking to Georgia Hughes and Alex Everson, the two umpires. Looked like they might have been talking something about running or any of that stuff, but they decided not to courtesy run for the athletic Jack Meyer. Makes sense. And here comes Jack Sawicki, big first baseman here, big strong first baseman for the Black Stockings. Ooh, it's a good swing there.
He kind of didn't see that pitch. I don't think he was swinging out of his shoes.
Yeah, well,
I understand it though, but let's I get that. The guy wants to put the hurt on it.
Yeah, I tried a little back pick there on Meyer. Didn't not successful.
Anderson just put a little wiggle on that, and I think it kind of got Jack a little bit caught off.
Yep.
This is a pitcher number 9, Elijah Halverson.
Yeah, that's interesting to watch. And R.J. Anderson, has had a lot of experience, pitched at a lot of high levels. Not everyone, has seen that or really had good experience about that. There's some things you can get away with against lesser pitching that you're not going to be able to get away with here. You really got to stay true to staying inside the ball, trying to drive that thing up the middle, trying to drive that thing to right center for a right-hander. And then there goes Eli hammering
hit it hard,
the ball left.
Just right at your left fielder. But I don't know what you outside of just getting it a little lower, so it's a draw line drive. But that was well struck.
That's that is the interesting paradox of baseball, right? You absolutely hammer that ball to left, but good defense. Guys stationed right there. You're out. Next time you might bloop one over the first baseman's head, and that one counts as a hit. So don't judge how good you are by your batting average.
Absolutely. Nope. And it's really hard to do that because people see, he's batting, 220 or whatever. And
no question.
But he could be hitting every single ball on a line just right at somebody.
Oh, there you go. There you go. You see that little pause in the pitching motion. And I think it threw him off. I think he threw himself off with it, and he kind of pulled it and got past the catcher. And that's a big one there, getting guys on runners at second and third instead of first and second. So now if Jake Myron connects with one, it's a 7-4 game.
Yeah, even a wild pitch here again would
right.
At least get you another run.
There you go, pulled it again. Boy, that ball was thrown hard.
Yeah, yeah. There's no lack of arm strength on this dude.
I think there might have been some adrenaline, if not a little bit of anger with himself on that pitch.
There's no doubt in my mind.
That ball's low here. Now you got a 3-1 count. And things start to get a little bit interesting here for the Black Stockings and Thompson.
Yeah, he's at 84 pitches right now.
84, interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Kind of wonder who they have waiting in the wings. This is a good at bat by Jake Meyer.
I agree.
Right? Making him throw those kind of pitches.
Yep.
Kind of
making him work.
Kind of working on the battle, not just the war here.
Yeah.
But that's a nice pitch. That's nice. Nice pitch.
Outside pitch, he just can't. It's tough to hit that.
Yep. And that will take away the chances of the Black Stockings there, who had something brewing in the bottom of the 5th. We will now go to the 6th inning. Thompson holding their 7-2 lead. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Welcome back. Little check in there. 87 pitches for RJ with a daily limit of 95. And we are moved to the top of the 6th inning here for Thompson. And I believe that Coach Stagg said that Elijah's at 58 pitches. 68. Sorry, 68 pitches. Once again, Sam's right. And here comes Layden Pennis. A little scary 9 top inning here that the Black Stockings are going to need to try and keep a 0 on the board here. Boy, that is a beautiful bunt. When your 9 batter lays down that kind of bunt for a single, things are cooking in a good direction for you. So here we go. You got 7-2. Runner on first with the top of the order coming up, R.J. Anderson, who seems to be throwing as just like we talked about with Eli. He seems to be throwing as hard as he has all game in that last inning.
Yeah, he seems to be, got a little extra adrenaline to him. But I tell you what, that bunt was amazing.
It was. Well, there you got a chance to throw it to second.
Ah, he's out.
Look at that. So,
it's a great throw.
I think you heard what you were talking about with his throws to second there, and it had to kind of show you up there a little bit.
I will tell you every time.
You're fine with that, right?
Absolutely.
But a really great tag too, right? Like he caught that on him.
Yep.
And bang bang, and nice play. Georgia Hughes was all over it, standing right next to the play. Boy, that's a good.
That's no small feat either.
No.
These Thompson kids are not slow,
No.
and quite honestly, you got a guy coming right at you. You got to concentrate on that, and you got to concentrate on the ball. Got to concentrate on making the tag.
Yep.
And I tell you right, even though that ball was right there, you still got to catch it. So
Absolutely.
and make a good tag on it, and he absolutely did, because that was bang bang. That's a great pitch, boy.
It really was, boy. How what a turn of events for this inning, anyways, right? You have your leadoff hitter who bats 9 with a perfect bunt single to get to first, and you think, oh boy, here comes the leadoff hitter. All of a sudden, throw the guy out trying to steal. Get a strikeout. Now you got 2 outs, nobody on base, and it's still 7-2.
Yeah, that is
Great job.
That's pretty amazing right there. That's a pretty heady there, pretty resilient team.
Boy, that ball's hit hard. Jack gets over there, cuts it off. Nice hit. Nice looking swing there by Mac Michelson. And that will bring up the 3 hitter and shortstop, Jack Krogstad.
I tell you what, he's a big dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't.
From the bottom of first on, this is about as cleanly played game as you could have.
Yeah.
And it's not for lack of hard hits. Like they're hitting the ball hard. Great pitching on both sides. Defense making plays. This big crowd tonight has treated us some good baseball.
Absolutely. It's been good.
Lorenz, automatic, throws out to first, and they're out of the inning. And they will move to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Good to see him back in the lineup.
Thompson with a 7-2 lead. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Home Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back here. It is the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-2 lead for Thompson. We were talking about what a well-played game this has been since the bottom of first inning, really. You know, a little bit of a shell shock here in the top of the first. And really since then, boy, a lot of zeros. 1-1 up there, or I guess 2 technically. Couldn't ask for much more so far.
No, it's been a, the crowd has been, treated to, like you said, just before you just came back on here. The crowd has been treated to an absolute gem of a game here for the last 5 innings. Yeah.
Easton Klein here coming up. And I think one thing that we talked about earlier in the game, we played a doubleheader against. Nice ground ball here by Easton, and we talked about Keegan's throws from third. A pretty nice looking throw from Loyland at third there too, right?
I tell you what, you think about the two teams that are playing right now, and you think that, some of these guys are competing at an extremely high level.
Yeah.
And you think about some of the, teams that are around the state. I firmly believe that a couple of these teams could really compete at that level. With a 16-year-old team or what have you. But these are two really good teams playing at a really good level at this level.
Yeah, and comes Connor Lorenz with one out, digging in. A little foul ball there, and quickly behind on the count, 0-2. Yeah, we were about to say, when you compare this to the doubleheader that we played earlier in the year, that one got away from Casselton, and it really just never felt like that great of a competition game or like that competitive. This one, they blow up in the first inning, score 7. But it doesn't feel the same, right? They're up by 5, but it feels like these two teams are going to compete now and possibly see each other later.
Yeah, I would 100% agree, and I would go on to say that this does not feel like a 5-run differential.
No, absolutely. So nice pitch there though, and R.J. Anderson seems to get stronger as the game goes on. Remember we've talked about some of Coach Boer's mound visits and what a nice job that he's done, and we think back to Ryan Strandy's mound visit there. Since then, R.J. Anderson's looked about as good as he could.
Yeah, he's been pretty on. He's been pretty on.
Nice little 4-3 put out there. There will be one more chance here unless we can score 5+ and hold them to nothing. So we will move on to the 7th inning. Keep watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the big air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins, the fun never ends.
Welcome back here, top of the 7th inning. As number 2, Grady Loyland, the third baseman, comes to the plate for Thompson. Grady is the cleanup hitter this evening. There's a foul ball. Reminder that Excel Energy is the sponsor of those balls. At Excel Energy, they're committed to delivering safe, reliable energy while working toward a smarter energy future. From supporting local communities to investing in cleaner energy solutions, focused on making energy work better for you. Thank you, Excel Energy, for sponsoring those foul balls. And there's a hit by pitch. We don't want to see that start again. Grady Loyland takes the hit by pitch, goes to first, and now we have a leadoff runner on here with no outs.
You know, you look at I'm looking at Eli Halverson's stat line, as you know, his pitching stat line, and right now he's at 5 2/3, 4 hits, no runs, no earned, 6 strikeouts. Been a pretty dang good pitching performance tonight from him.
That's pretty good.
That's his first walk.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you like to see the these types of teams. They're going to go get some runs on their own. So the more unforced errors you can have, right, or the more like runs that you don't hand them, the better. Because it's just really hard to hand a team like this a handful of runs and expect to win.
Agreed. It's the same thing as giving any team extra outs.
Yep.
I don't think. I mean, I think they have a easy enough time. Not getting out on their own, but when you give them extra outs, like giving them 5 outs or 4 outs every inning, and that just doesn't work.
Yeah, and we've seen it with the Black Stockings. We've seen when they get on, they're opportunistic. They make sure to push the issue. Railcats do it too. Really, a lot of times singles are turning into doubles and triples. And one thing pretty fun to watch with these two teams is you really got to earn it. You can't just like take off and be sloppy with your leadoff and sloppy with your jump and sloppy with your slide and expect to not get thrown out.
Nope.
Like you really have to push the issue.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to really be on point.
Yeah, here comes CJ Stavetag. He is at the very least pinch hitting here for Thompson, and he's doing it when you got runners on first and second, no outs, and a 5-run lead. Hoping that you can add some insurance if you're Thompson. And of course, from a Black Stocking perspective, you just want to keep it here, keep it within striking distance.
Good little play by Sawicki and Eli Halverson there.
Really was. Nice job moving to his right there by Sawicki, and nice throw over to Eli, who was there and in a good position to make that play. So here comes the center fielder, Lawson Gibson, with runners on second and third. Be interesting to see how we play it. At this point, the infield is, for the most part, in. The middle's back just a little bit, but really everyone's playing in further than they normally would. And there's a ball that's hit hard to center. Can Verkota get over there? He can. And is he going to throw hard? He throws a hard one to home. Hopefully everything's good there for him. That was a nice attempt there, and really just good baseball all around. I mean, you gotta try that. You got to do whatever you can to throw that in, and you're also impressed with Thompson pushing the issue to see if they can get that score.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. And I think if nothing else comes out of this, I think Jack Meyer could try his hand at wide receiver as well as he caught that ball. That was a pretty tough one.
Backup quarterback for the high school football team. Pushing for maybe a change of position from the press box here with Kale. There we go. Another hit by pitch. What do you think? You think there's a little bit of fatigue going on, or what do you think?
I think he's getting there. I mean, he's that's his third hit by pitch there. So, and he's looking at the dugout, and I think he's probably getting to the point where he's pooped.
Yeah, this is always a tricky situation, right?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
My apologies.
Go ahead.
I think Coach Kobervik's thinking, let's get this last out here and let's move on. And I think we're, I don't know what I can't think of any. I mean, he got to be close to 90 pitches now. So he's going to see if he can get this last out here. Is my guess.
Layden Pennis comes in. Oh, nice. There's a ground ball there, and Mansky
good play.
Makes the play.
Yeah.
And, they do add one more on, but it's still within 6 runs here. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Thompson leads 8-2 over the Black Stockings. Keep watching on YourLiveEvent.com to see how this one finishes.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today. and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Welcome back here. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Black Stockings is going to give it one more try here. And you think about this, the Railcats were sitting in a pretty similar boat here against the A's and made a run. And really, boy, you take that ground ball a bunch of times over again, and it might finish a different way. So who knows? Maybe the Black Stockings have a run in them. Could not start with a better guy.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. This is the guy you want starting this.
Yeah, and for one thing, he's a dude. For the other thing, he's the top of your order, right? So you have the dudes behind him as well. So let's see if the Black Stockings can make a run. Here we go. Ground ball to third. You know he's going to be busting it as he always is.
Oof.
Boy, that's just a good play.
We came off.
Oh, they're saying he's off.
Boy, that's an infield hit.
Yeah, the throw beat him. There's no question. Strandy's going to come out there and verify. And my guess is he's going to ask the home plate umpire, Alex Everson, to weigh in on this and see if his foot was actually on or if it was off. Good play by Strandy. Nothing to lose with that.
Absolutely not. That is an absolute great play. And advocate for his guys. Absolutely agree with that move 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see. Still safe.
Yep. But you got to make that call. You got to make that play there. That's a good play on Coach Strandy's part.
Yep. You and that's customary. We've seen that a couple times already this weekend, and we'll see it several times this year. You know, that's just what you do because the home plate umpire's job is to see if the foot's on base or not. So, the fact that Georgia called it off tells me that he saw his foot off. Where usually that happens when the guy in the middle of the field thinks his foot was on.
Yep.
And then the
home plate umpire,
one dugout sees that it wasn't, then that's when you kind of ask for it. But once again, it's all the same. Coach Strandy did the right thing.
Yep, 100%. And quite honestly, I don't think Coach Strandy's mad. Of course, he wanted the out. There's no question about that. I don't think he's upset about it. But you have to ask that. You got to ask that question.
Yeah, I like the point that you brought up that he's showing his team he's fighting for.
Yep.
Right? He's showing like this matters. Do not take any out lightly. Keep playing to the end. So just a good strategy all the way around.
Well, and he saw what, like you said, he saw what probably happened with the Railcats and the Lemoore team, and he's thinking, you know what?
Yeah.
We can't have that again.
Nope. Don't fall asleep.
Exactly.
Yep. Here comes Coach Strandy. You're going to make a pitching change. This is 100% pitch count related.
95, 96, and 56. So that's a good move.
So he's at the limit here, and Babe Ruth limit being 95 for a day, and so he's going to be out there, and they're going to bring in the center fielder here, Lawson Gibson, lefty, guy that we've been really impressed with playing center field, and nice looking, of course, at the bat or at the plate here as well. But so here we go. We got one out, and we're going to stay right here with Mansky at first base. Good battle here so far, and you really do like to see from that first inning on that it was that it's even, that both teams threw up a lot of zeros. With all that being said, there's no way that Coach Copperfig and Coach Bohr are happy with any kind of moral victory here, right?
No, and quite honestly, if you look at the stat line, and please understand, I am not knocking any team either way. You think about, you look at this both ways. You look at it objectively, and you think, okay, the 7 runs in the first inning, and it looks like they should be have more hits. But right now the Black Stockings are out hitting them, and they do have one more error. And if you look at the pitching stats, Eli Halverson has arguably pitched a little bit better than R.J. Anderson has. Again, not taking away anything from anybody.
No.
It's just the Black Stockings are competing. I think that first inning got away from it, and I think it's always a 20/20 vision. The hindsight is always 20/20.
Yeah, so here comes Jack Meyer, guy at first, and 1 out. And I mean, obviously, kudos to Thompson for starting strong, right? And for doing that too. So definitely, like you say, not taking anything away from Thompson. They've played clean all the way through. Every inning does matter. So nice job by them. Here goes Colton Mansky with the stolen base here, rounding second. And take away the force play. Get a runner in scoring position. Obviously, you need more than one run, but it is big taking away the force, isn't it?
It certainly is. With 1 out, it takes away that double play, threat of unless he hits a rocket and, lines out and then gets doubled off. But I think, plus you put him in scoring position with a good hitter like Jack Meyer behind, at the plate.
That's an interesting.
Wow.
That's
that was a shot.
I'm guessing that might have been on his own there. It's a dangerous try there. So we will move to 2 outs here, down by 6.
Yikes.
And you love the hustle, you love the aggression, you love all that stuff. But the great part is that's just another learning opportunity, right?
Certainly.
You get to kind of talk through that of love all the good things about that, and you gotta kind of think of the bigger picture there. But here comes Jack Meyer, full count, 2 outs, payoff pitch.
You know what they say? There are no losses, just learning experiences.
No question. Well, here we go. Pop fly to center field. Can they squeeze it? They do.
Great play. Good play. Good game.
And Thompson is the 2026 winner here of the Diamond Days, the annual Diamond Days tournament. And wonderful tournament all the way around, wonderful teams all the way around. Really enjoyed the competitiveness, really enjoyed everyone being willing to drive a long way from all across the state to be in this tournament.
Good job, Doug.
But Thompson Ogres win this one, get the championship of the Diamond Days tournament, and they win it over your Casselton Blackstockings 8-2. Kudos to them. Exciting to watch them. We're gonna go through some awards after the break, but we'll break down what they are now. First off, your precision play of the game, Agassiz Precision Egg, your local precision planning dealer. Agassiz Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit plannerdoc.com. Kale, you and I have done the some type of defensive play typically. I think we'll do the same thing here today. Then we'll do the HTC connection of the game. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com. That's usually some kind of big hit within the game. And then last but not least, we will do Enbridge Energy, player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Stay tuned here on yourliveevent.com, and we'll come back and hand out some hardware.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
We'll go back.
All right, we are back here, and we're ready to hand out some hardware. Speaking of handing out hardware, there is a big trophy here for the Diamond Days tournament. You'll see the kids getting picture taken with it. Thank you to Bridget Belter for getting all the trophies and rings and all that fun stuff here that us old people like to shake our heads at, but it's fun for the kids. And I kind of say that half jokingly. It's pretty fun. And okay, we're going to go through our different awards. The first one we're going to go through is the Agassiz award. As I get to my cheat sheet here, the precision play of the game, Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsborough. Call 701-436-2119 or visit plannerdoc.com. So let's kind of set the stage here. Big first inning by Thompson, as we've talked a lot about. But it seemed like Casselton kind of had something going there. Big hit by Keegan Broughton. Scored a run, kind of got us on the board. And Connor Lorenz is coming around third, kind of gets a sign. Maybe gets a stop sign and maybe stops late. Mansky's coming around second. Take us from there.
Yeah, and I don't think Mansky was completely looking at – he wasn't looking at either Connor or Coach Kabervig, one or the other.
Sure.
I don't think he saw him stop him short like that, so he got caught off. And then, that ball came in quick from right field. Goldaddy with an absolute strike to the third baseman, and they got Colt Mansky in a rundown, and it didn't take him long. It was one throw and done. So
perfect execution of a rundown, and that was big because Connor Lorenz broke towards home from third. So if Mansky's able to stay in that rundown a little bit, Lorenz is going to score. But no fault of Mansky's, no fault of Lorenz's, no fault of Coach Kabervig's. They just executed that to perfection. So that is our Agassiz play of the game. All right, next we'll go to the HDC connection of the game. We know we had a few hit by pitches early, you had the big 7-run inning, but it wasn't the hit by pitches that ended up scoring it. It was the big hit by Gibson.
Yeah, Lawson Gibson, great night at the plate and all around. He is an absolute stud. But I think the one that kind of set that 7-run inning off is all the guy with bases loaded and hits an absolute smokes a triple, scoring 3 runs here, and I think that set the tone for Thompson tonight and made sure that they got to that 7-run lead right away in the first inning. So I think that's got to be our XL or HTC connection to the game.
Yeah, there's plenty of times where you have the opportunity and you have people on base and you kind of get yourself in trouble. But in order for that to really hurt, someone's got to come up with a big hit, and Lawson did.
Yep, he absolutely did.
Okay, well, the next one that we will move to is Enbridge Energy, player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Easy one here too, right?
Yep, I think your starting pitcher for the Ogres here, R.J. Anderson. He just pitched a awesome night. He had let's see where he was. He had seven innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Not the best night, but he basically kept our guys at bay most of the night. They got their few hits here and there, but nothing to you got a lot of. So that's a very quiet stat, but I think he still pitched really well enough to make sure that the Black Stockings couldn't cause any trouble. A lot of flyouts, a lot of ground ball outs, and sometimes that's enough. And I tell you right now, it's not always about the strikeouts the guy gets. It's about how he controls the other part of the lineup. So I think that R.J. Anderson did an absolute gem of a job doing that tonight.
Yeah, you think about the Black Stockings scored runs early, scored the first, scored the second, had some brewing at different times. But I almost think Anderson just got better with time and kept throwing harder. There was a really key mound visit there by Coach Strandy, and it seemed like after that, he was throwing maybe 3 miles an hour faster almost. Fun to watch him. And then one thing I know you talked a lot about during the break, and it's spot on, is we came away equally impressed with Elijah.
Yeah. And quite honestly, you could have given him the player of the game too as well, because his stats may have been equally good or better with 6 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. So the only fact is that in to no fault of Eli's own, we just didn't win the game. So and his guys did. And quite honestly, if you look at it, let's see how he did at the plate as well here. He's 0 for 4 of the strikeouts. So really, quite honestly, you look at it, all things considered, Eli probably did have a better game. But again, it's not about the strikeouts.
No.
And I'm gonna be upfront by saying that.
Yep.
It's about how he controls the rest of the guys. Ground balls, fly balls, things like that. So I'll go on my deathbed saying that it's not always about the strikeouts.
Yeah. So. Lots to take away too. There's always going to be a lot of takeaway on these things, but I mean, Elijah got forced into an interesting situation, and we're not worried about Wyatt, right? Wyatt's going to come back and he'll be fine,
yep.
Right? That just happens sometimes, right? And you think about what Wyatt might say from a pitching perspective. Eli could say from a right fielding perspective,
without question.
He kind of had a shaky start there,
yep.
And then Eli goes to the mound, and he could have let the right field stuff bug him. Instead, he comes in and pitches brilliantly. Carson Mitchell gets another opportunity, comes out to right field, instantly makes an impact on the game. Really fun to see some of the resiliency there. And then another guy that stuck out to me tonight is Keegan Broughton. Any ball that comes to him, he was just automatic.
Absolute vacuum.
He's just always going. We talked about him getting down 0-2, drives the ball to right. He's just such a savvy player all the way around. Sometimes you almost can take him for granted in the middle of those big three. We talk a lot about Mansky. We talk a lot about Meyer because he's a catcher and all that kind of stuff. Keegan's every bit as good. Those three are just are really terrific. And then you look down, Easton Klein, we had a lot of great things. So many of these guys just really had great games. Fun to watch them compete. And their season's really trending in the right direction.
And I will say this, if anybody benefited from this tournament, I'll say 100% it is the Black Stockings.
Yep.
And quite honestly, the Railcats probably just as much or more too. But
Yep.
you really got to find, in things like this, when you have when you play a 3-game tournament and it's 3-game guarantee, you got to find pitchers that maybe sometimes don't always pitch, and you got to find guys that sometimes don't always play, and you really find out the depth of how your team is, and you find out the resiliency and the depth of your team. And tonight, I think, and actually this whole weekend, regardless of the 1-2 start, or the 1-2 record of the Railcats, they played far better than that record would tell you.
Yeah, and another thing I guess I'd like to span out a little bit on is, we're looking at Wofford City Beulah. Fun to have them here. They competed like crazy in those early games. Maybe they ran out a little bit of pitching late, but in those first games, boy, they gave some good teams a run for the money. Lisbon and Carrington, you really got to like what they have going on in their programs. Then in that 3rd and 4th place game, of course, you had Railcats and Lemoore, where Railcats came back and gave them everything they wanted at the end of that game. And then Thompson and Black Stockings, of course, they lived up to the billing. Tough first inning, but after that, we really were treated to a great game after that.
Absolutely. It is going to be a fun, and we're at midpoint. We're not even really at the midpoint of the summer yet. We're almost there, but quite honestly, I can't wait to see what both of these teams and all the rest of these teams do for the rest of the year. It should be an exciting, really exciting rest of the summer season.
Yeah, so teams that came, thank you. Thanks for making the travel here. Thanks for putting on a special event for all of the fans here in North Dakota Babe Ruth. Thank you to all the volunteers. Thank you to the community for coming out. Thank you for the Parks and Rec. Thank you for Central Cast. Thank you for just all the local organizations and companies that sponsor this and help us put it on. We couldn't be more grateful to be from this community. Couldn't be more grateful for just everyone involved. And Kale Lewis, grateful for you. Thanks for everything that you did up here in the booth. You really had everything running like clockwork up here. Really appreciative of you. And I'm Brent Everson. Have a great night, and we'll see what next week has to bring. Keep watching these games on yourliveevent.com.